My name is Edna Bitange. I was admitted at Aga Khan Kisi, and I delivered the baby under normal delivery on 22nd morning, 5. Later, the baby cried, but later they realized she had a problem in breathing. They put her on oxygen, and the pediatrician was called. She later realized she had a blockage at the nose. She wrote a referral where we were brought to Aga Khan Kisumu using the ambulance under full support with oxygen. And Dr. Munzu Ganem received that at the emergency. Yeah. Then she was admitted in Aga Khan. The CT scan was done, and then Dr. Munzu Ganem took over with the baby. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Monzer Ghanem, ENT consultant, reconstructive and plastic surgeon. Today I have the pleasure to tell the happy story for Ramia, the beautiful girl who was born on 22nd of June at Kisi, different town. I received a call from Dr. Lynn Skipper, and she told me that she suspected bilateral choanal atresia. The baby, newborn, wasn't able to breathe, and she couldn't pass NG tube through her mouth, through her nose to the stomach. I consulted Dr. Ishwani, and he advised to send the child through the ACLS ambulance, and they sent her to us. It's 200 kilometers away. Here I received the child. We did CT scan. After securing her airway, we did CT scan. It shows bilateral bony choanal atresia in both sides, and it's extreme emergency, and we had to intervene right away. We went to theater, and I performed transnasal endoscopic repair of both sides, bilateral choanal atresia repair. And the child, thanks to our pediatrician, Dr. Sarafina, who took care of her in ICU, Dr. Ashwani, Dr. Huntington, and beside of Dr. Sarafina, she stayed in ICU for 3 days. She improved dramatically. And in the ward, she was able to breastfeed and to use her nose in both sides freely. I'm happy today that we are discharging her with a very good condition.
My name is Dr. Patrick Eshiwani. I'm a consultant and anesthesiologist in Aga Khan Hospital, Kisumu, and I'm also the medical director of this institution. Today we are talking about baby Ramia Kerubo, who was born about a week ago and presented to us on the first or second day of delivery with difficulty in breathing. I was informed by my colleague, Dr. Ganem, about this baby, and we planned for the transfer of the baby to our hospital. We did CT scan, like it has been mentioned. We made the diagnosis, and we planned for the surgery of this baby. The thing to note is that given that it was a neonate and needed very close monitoring, the baby was immediately admitted to the ICU on the first day for monitoring, as close monitoring as we planned for the surgery. So we planned for the surgery on the second day, and early in the morning we took the baby to theater, took all the necessary conditions that neonates would require, temperature control and all that. And the team was in place, and the surgery was undertaken. We had been ready for a surgery that would take a long time, but thanks be to God, the surgery took about 2 hours, about two and a half hours. And after the surgery, of course, we planned for the care of the baby in ICU. We put a tube through the mouth to go to the stomach that we'll be using to feed the baby, because at that time we were not very sure whether the baby would be able to breathe through the nose. And when the baby was taken to ICU again, The surgery had gone on very well, and within a few hours, the baby was breathing through the nose, was off oxygen, and was stable. And the next day in the morning, the baby was stable, off oxygen, and latching on the breast was attempted. The mother did not have breast milk immediately, and so our test for latching was successful. In the afternoon again, latching took place, and by the third day, the baby was breastfeeding well, and at that point, the plan was to transfer the baby out of ICU because we were out of danger and everything was working well. Now, this is a congenital problem that happens to a few people. In this town, we are aware that the other ENT surgeons have been seeing some of these problems and referring out. And it's at least good that this is the first that we are doing in Aga Khan Hospital, Kisumu. And we hope that the team that did this procedure will be in future even much more prepared to carry out such operations. And with the expertise that we have in Dr. Ganem, I think the appeal is for the region to know that yes, Aga Khan Hospital Kisumu is able to do this type of procedures, so that in the event they get patients like this, then they would want to refer the patients.
For me, I just want to say it's like a miracle. I was almost losing hope. But I just want to thank all medical staff of Aga Khan for giving my daughter another chance. I want to thank God. And I just want to say, Doc and your team, thank you. This is a miracle. I've never seen this. And I want to say too, thank you for being strong all the way, say from Kisii up to here. I just want to thank God and everybody who supported us during these difficult moments. May God bless you.